I'm about to begin, but I'm just smiling at seeing all of you. It's great to see you. Deans Vigil, Mahoney, Danahy, Luber, Taylor, and Nichols. Chairs McKean and Wright, Associate Chair Daniel Poor, Director Katz, distinguished alumni, honored guests, faculty and staff, parents and family, friends, and most of all, comm graduates. Welcome. Welcome to the 2020 Boston University College of Communication Recognition Ceremony. My name is Mariette DiCristina, and I'm the Dean of Comm. I'm also a proud Comm alum myself and the parent of a recent BU grad. Go Terriers! Before we begin the Comm ceremony, I have a few important announcements regarding everyone's comfort and safety. In case of an emergency during today's ceremony, as unlikely as that may be, it may be necessary to exit this venue. Please take a moment now and check for the nearest exit, which, like on airplanes, may be behind you. A calm and orderly evacuation is critical to ensure everybody's safety. In the unlikely event of that evacuation, please be sure to follow the instructions of the ushers, volunteers, and safety personnel. And during this ceremony, I must ask you, please remain in your seats. Please do not crowd the aisles or doorways. We've arranged for guests to use the auditorium for overflow if needed, and please see a staff member who will be happy to assist you in getting there. You need not be concerned about missing the chance to immortalize this moment either. A commercial photographer will be photographing every graduate, and we are live streaming this event. We are calm, so please do feel free to text, post to social media as you please as we go along and throughout the whole ceremony. But please do silence those cell phones while you're doing it. Last, Boston University is providing a safe campus environment. In accordance with BU safety protocol, cloth face coverings or disposable masks must be worn indoors at all times, except for the one person who will be at the podium to share remarks with you. So please understand this, and thank you so much for your cooperation. We appreciate it. I know it's not the most comfortable thing to do, but appreciate it. And now, class of 2020, I have been so looking forward to this. Congratulations. You made it. Boy, when I was growing up, my dad used to always say, good things come to those who wait, and this is a great example to this. I can't tell you how wonderful it is to see you here in person and to celebrate your academic achievements together. Thank you for joining us today at Comm's recognition ceremony. And we know that nobody makes such wonderful accomplishments without a great deal of support. So I also want to recognize in a special way the family and friends who have helped the members of the 2020 graduating class along the way. I know you have also worked very hard and sacrificed to reach this moment, especially during the hardships of the pandemic. Thank you so much for entrusting to us the education of your students. And thank you also for waiting patiently as well. Class of 2020, I want to say how much I appreciate you. I know it was our role to teach you during your 4 years here at Comm, but I wanted to add my thanks to you for what you showed us and the world during your last semester at Comm, as well as the time since then. In other words, at this recognition event, I'd really like to recognize what you have taught us. Let's all flash back briefly to March 2020, a year and a half and what seems like a real lifetime ago. It was during the middle of spring break when we learned that we were all suddenly going to be forced into a lockdown. And we all had just a handful of days to get ready and prepare. If students were at home for a break, you had to try to stay at home. If you weren't home for a break, you had to make your way home. It was a difficult and really frightening time. It wasn't what any of us expected or wanted. But class of 2020, you taught us so much. You demonstrated grace as you suddenly had to switch gears to either stay at home or make your way there and leave campus. You revealed how to be flexible and how to adapt. as you switched from your in-person campus learning to remote learning on Zoom. You showed us persistence as you stuck with us through the bumpy patches, and I know there were some along the way, especially for those last several weeks of the semester while everything was so new, but you completed your courses. Zoom was new for a lot of the professors too, and they suddenly had to change the lessons to adapt to the platform. You taught us how generous you are in the face of those adjustments by the faculty. As the dean, I read all the teaching evaluations that you generously share about the faculty. And I just want to say your evaluations during spring 2020 so often included words of praise for the efforts you saw your professors making and for the successes that you shared together. You then showed us all patience as you waited your turn to be recognized on the platform today in Boston. And we also admire your resilience and your can-do spirit. I know you entered a really challenging time in the job market that was reshaped by the pandemic, but by last December, according to a report I just got this week actually, you had told us that more than 90% of you had already taken that first career step into your first jobs. That is awesome. Can I touch it? Thank you. I wasn't touching the mic because I've been so schooled in not touching things. I hope you can hear me better now. So class of 2020. No? Yes? Louder still? Okay, I'm going down here now. How's this? Better? I'll try to bellow. So bravo. It's a privilege to get to see you here today and to spend time with you. Now, to help mark this occasion properly, I'd like to introduce you to our two recognition event speakers. Each of them will share remarks in turn, and each of them, like all of us, have been waiting to see you here today. In the fall of 2019, when I was planning for your 2020 commencement, I had invited these two wonderful COM alumni who are on stage here to join us. We had one speaker to address the undergraduates, which is typical during the ceremony there, and the other would address the graduate students. So I'm glad we have both here today. And when things changed and we knew we'd have to wait, I asked both speakers to please sit tight and be patient. And now I'm especially gratified to be able to introduce each one to you for our recognition event. So first, let us welcome Bill Fine, who's going to be our first speaker. Bill Fine spent his entire 43-year career in local broadcasting, most recently retiring from his hometown station and Hearst television flagship, WCVB, Channel 5, as its president and general manager. Bill oversaw the top-rated station in Boston for 15 years. In addition to its award-winning website, WCVB.com, WCVB's digital station, MeTV Boston, and its other mobile properties. This was the third time Bill called WCVB home since 1982, having served in key sales and management roles earlier in his career. Prior to returning to WCVB, Bill was president and general manager of WBAL-TV, Baltimore's #1 station and NBC affiliate from 1998 to 2005. Under Bill's leadership, WCVB was routinely honored by the industry's most prestigious organizations with national, regional, and local awards. The station has captured the regional Edward R. Murrow Award for overall excellence 9 out of the last 11 years, with 2 national Murrow overall excellence wins. WCVB received the National Headliner Award for Best Newscast in the country 4 of the 5 past years, 1 New England Emmy for Best Newscast 9 of the last 11 years, and was recognized as Station of the Year for the 6th year in a row by the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association. In addition, WCVB has won 6 Gabriel Awards as the nation's best television station during Bill's tenure, making it the most decorated station in America. Bill serves on a number of boards for both the broadcasting industry as well as other groups here in Boston. I'm especially grateful to add that he serves on ComZone Dean's Advisory Board. Thank you, Bill. And among his personal honors, Bill was the 2020 recipient of the inaugural Television Bureau of Advertising Excellence Award Career Achievement and 1 New England Emmy for Commentary Editorialist. He was named 2016 Broadcaster of the Year by the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association, the organization's highest honor. Bill is a Massachusetts native and a summa cum laude graduate of Boston University of Com, earning a Bachelor of Science in Broadcasting and Film. It's really my pleasure to introduce you to Bill Fine.
Good morning, and thank you to my PR staff at WCVB. What a great weekend to be back in Boston, just like the good old days, isn't it? Tom Brady's playing football at Gillette on Sunday night. The Red Sox are playing meaningful baseball in October, and you folks are all walking around Commonwealth Avenue again, looking great. Okay, it feels just a little bit different, but welcome back. Thank you, Dean DeChristina, for that gracious opening and for this true honor. Distinguished faculty, parents, families, and friends of the group we honor today, the class of 2020. Generation... Applaud for yourselves as many times as you like. I'll just go over the time limit I was given. Generation Zoom finally gets their just recognition for an achievement that I think we'll all agree proved far more challenging than you envisioned 5 years ago. Congratulations. I imagine all of you started your journey at BU with a similar enthusiasm, excitement, if not outright pride, at the opportunity to graduate from the class of 2020. It sounded great. None of you could have predicted the ultimate path. All of you, believe it or not, are now better prepared and suited for what lies ahead. Like you, I'm on a delay. As the dean mentioned, my original date to speak to you was May 2020. I did have a rough draft then. And even then, I was determined to avoid the cliches of so many keynote addresses at commencement or recognition events. And that's fortunate, because hackneyed advice about life as you begin your journey wouldn't cut it today. As I just heard, most of you already have jobs. That's great. And hopefully you're following your passion, would have been that advice. Soon, many of you might actually get to meet your own bosses and some of the co-workers, figure out where the coffee machine is, your offices. There's just still so much to look forward to. Early in your careers, it's hard to envision a pandemic-laced future. One certainty, however, is that only upon looking back will you see how seemingly disparate events are actually interconnected. Just like the skier who looks back up the mountain after a difficult run, it's much easier to see the challenging path taken afterwards than while focused on the immediate journey and maneuvers required to stay upright. So what can you do to influence that direction today? Plenty. And start with two key decisions right now. First, strive to be lucky and open to the possibilities of change. Luck is an interesting concept, one you can influence. I subscribe to the definition of luck as when preparation meets opportunity. Boston University, your network, friends, family, and now your earliest career moves have prepared you to be lucky. Before discussing my second recommendation, your openness to changing course and accepting risk, I have to offer the appropriate disclaimer. What advice can a new retiree who only worked in the television business for 43 years, worked for one company for 38, and has been married to one beautiful woman for 35 years, what can I possibly offer you about the benefits of being open to the possibilities of change and accepting risk? Well, I was originally a filmmaker, and I was single. Before a lifetime in broadcasting, and a family man. I made major changes. Boston University, Com, and a few professors were the change agents that kept me away from Hollywood. And Gail Fine is the answer to the end of bachelor life. The fact is that beginning in 10th grade, I was already preparing for a career in communications, although I didn't know it then. I tried every medium, settled on filmmaking. But it wasn't until the summer between my junior and senior years that I got lucky and made a major pivot. It was 1976 when my professor and mentor, David Claytell, partnered with Blaine Littell and launched the first broadcast journalism program in the United States, right here at BU. In the wake of two young reporters at the Washington Post exposing the Watergate scandal, which was glamorized and immortalized in a very famous movie, journalism schools witnessed a tremendous surge, but mostly for print journalists. These BU professors envisioned a great opportunity, investing energy in TV and radio news, and nailed it by sending an entrepreneurial network of comm students to New York City to cover the 1976 Democratic National Convention. Professor Claytel invited me to join them, and I reminded him I was a film student. But he was convincing. Just give it a try, see if you like it. You can always go back to making movies. That was ultimately his sage advice. Armed with credentials from our hometown radio stations, we set up shop at Columbia University, and 1 week later hit the air on WNYC and fed stories from our various state delegations back to those stations at home. 20 hours a day, anchoring in the AM, reporting in the afternoon, and suddenly I had two compelling career options, filmmaker and journalist. Senior year, I concentrated on broadcast journalism. I loved both, yet stayed on course for the film industry, planning to finish my master's in film, but was now torn and open to the possibilities of change. My next lucky break arrived in the late summer phone call after graduation and before resuming my film studies. A classmate who was reporting for WPTZ in Plattsburgh, New York, he was desperate, filling in for the departed sportscaster, a guy named Ed Harding, and with no timetable for return to news, he pleaded with me to pitch the job. Doubtful I could get a job anchoring at 6 and 11 p.m. at the ripe age of 21, his reply was reassuring. You can do this job. We were so much better prepared for newsroom at BU, but also because they really can't find anyone else. How could I resist? Why not? Check it out. My next lucky break was a layup question from the news director. With Lake Placid next door, home of the 1980 Winter Olympics, he wanted to know if I could describe the biathlon. Remember, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. I loved the Olympics as a kid. I read all of the history. And much like Mona Lisa Vita and My Cousin Vinny, I nailed the answer with a detailed description. The job was mine. Hedging my options, I deferred my master's in film for one more year and instead began the next 43 years of my life in local TV news. I have plenty of other examples, personal and professional, to prove my thesis, but suffice it to say that great opportunities will present themselves to you if you are open to them and prepared to get lucky. This is especially true as a comm grad, which provides you with an elevated status and leg up on day one. So what else can a retired guy share with you today? Some of the many lessons I know work with the great benefit of hindsight. Be self-determined about your success, but use your context. Everyone else does. Accept constructive criticism, but don't let anybody tell you what you cannot do. Do more than asked. Volunteer to assist others. Become indispensable. During difficult periods of recession and now pandemic, employers are far more likely to part company with employees who are one-dimensional. Be culturally curious. It's especially important in our business. Avoid average. The best organizations in the world never compare themselves to the mean. Neither should you. Always give more credit to your team and colleagues. I did every day at CVB because I found that leaders get more credit than they deserve, and then they get more blame than they deserve. Accepting false credit and deflecting blame is not a winning strategy. Merely hoping something materialized is also not a strategy. Take the time to listen. Some of today's partisan paralysis is due to the fact that so many have stopped listening, let alone not listening enough. Make a 360-degree analysis of every major decision. Play devil's advocate on all the options, but stop well short of analysis paralysis. Make your decisions and move forward. After tough ones, don't look back and waffle, but always evaluate and modify in the future if necessary. And learn from all, yet trust your judgment. You know the right role models to emulate and those to ignore. Take the best of each mentor that you can adopt and make part of your game. Vow not to repeat the obvious mistakes of the others. You are, as I said at the outset, better suited than many professionals already in the business. You are digital natives, while those who grew up in the analog world have had to adapt, and not all are successful in the adjustment. College was as much about developing independence in life as the academic lessons. You picked up bonus skills, not part of the original bargain, but vitally important to whatever the new normal becomes. The communications industry, always in transition, has never experienced such disruption and challenges. With that status comes a major test, a required elevated level of effective communication, internally and externally, for business, information, entertainment, everything. Effective communication skills are never out of vogue and more important than ever, especially in written form. Communicating the changes to come will be vital. It's a job for pros. Earlier this summer, I attended a high school graduation. The highlight was a math teacher who challenged the adults to remember their commencement speakers from high school or college. And if they could, he further dared everyone to recall what they said. Admitting he couldn't, the laughter of recognition indicated that his point was a valid one. So while it is truly an honor and an opportunity I greatly appreciate, I close knowing it's also a humbling experience. For fans of the great American philosopher Ted Lasso, you will likely all be goldfish soon, quickly forgetting all that is said here today. But in the oft-quoted and paraphrased words of Maya Angelou, people will forget what you said and what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. I hope some of these remarks resonated, further assuring you BU and COM are a great launching pad, and thus you are ready and open to the possibility of catching those lucky breaks and opportunities still coming your way. Some of you will never see each other again after today. Others here may provide you, that wasn't meant to be funny, it was, you didn't laugh at a line that I thought was gonna work. Anyway, let me repeat that. Some of you will never see each other again after today. Others here may provide you with timely career assistance or that lucky break. All of you will always share the bond and pedigree of this great institution that accelerated your preparation for career and life. With ample opportunity to now look back up my own career mountain, I can assure you that graduating from Boston University and COM is a great start. This is the connective tissue to all of your future lucky breaks. The ultimate path for myself was fascinating and rewarding, even if I did end up spending all of it with one company and one beautiful wife. Good luck to all, and God bless the resilient class of 2020. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Bill, for that great advice and how lucky we all are feeling today. So now it's a genuine pleasure to introduce our second speaker, Jane Carpenter. Jane leads global communications for Wayfair, a Fortune 500 e-commerce company that has 16,000 employees, as well as for the brands Wayfair, Joss & Main, All Modern, Birch Lane, and Perigold. She's played a key role in driving Wayfair's brand building initiatives, including establishing its social media presence across all brands, developing a robust influencer relations network, and building Wayfair's corporate social responsibility platform and related programs. Prior to joining Wayfair, Jane led the consumer engagement practice at Pan Communications and served in public relations roles at Schwartz Communications, MSL Group, and Lois, Paul & Partners. She also has done wonderful work as a board member for the Big Sisters Association of Greater Boston and is active in the PR Club of New England. Among her awards, Jane was recognized in 2016 as a member of the PR Week Hall of Fame, honoring trailblazers in the communications industry. And it all started here at COM, where Jane earned her master's degree in public relations. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Jane Carpenter.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, faculty. First of all, can everybody hear me in the back? Yeah, good. Up, louder. Is that good? Awesome. All right. Good morning, everyone. It's such an honor to speak with you all today and to be a part of this exciting milestone. I have to be honest, I don't remember a lot about my graduation ceremony from COM. It was a long time ago, and like many of you, I had a party to get to. I do remember it was a warm and windy day in May, and our ceremony was held on the banks of the Charles River. My friends and I were decked out in our bright red BU caps and gowns with 90s sunglasses and big hair and thought we looked amazing. We were excited and optimistic and eager to start our careers. We believed we were well prepared for the challenges ahead. Our personal journeys would take many unexpected twists and turns, but the bonds we formed at COM as students stayed strong. Every once in a while, someone in my friend group will resurface the photos from our graduation day, and we are all horrified by our hairstyles and the 90s fashion, but thankful for the lifelong friendships formed. As a new graduate, I could have never guessed that one day I would be invited back to speak to all of you. I'm still not sure they got the right person. But I am grateful for this opportunity to reflect on my time at COM and share some thoughts with you all today. When I was studying at COM, my favorite class was crisis communications. We studied the Exxon Valdez oil spill, the 1980s Tylenol recall, and a variety of other crisis scenarios. The rules of crisis management were pretty straightforward. Establish the facts, take responsibility, be proactive and transparent, get ahead of the story, and always tell the truth. It all seemed fairly straightforward and reassuring that if you followed the playbook, you could minimize the negative outcomes. And if you told the truth, everything would ultimately be okay. If you had told me that more than 2 decades later, I would be on the front lines of managing a crisis for a Fortune 500 consumer brand, I would have thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, I got this. I was a COM grad after all. However, if you had told me that the crisis would involve completely false claims fueled by QAnon on the dark web, promoted by Russian bots and teenage TikTokers, and that we'd be trending on Twitter for days, I would have thought, QAnon? Bots? TikTok? Twitter? What in the world are you talking about? You see, when I graduated from COM in 1997 with my master's degree, the internet had just become available to the public a few years before. Amazon had only just launched as the Earth's biggest bookstore. And the year I graduated, Google.com was first registered as a domain name. The internet was on the verge of changing our world in unimaginable ways, including a complete transformation of information sharing and communications platforms. Flash forward more than 2 decades later, like so many other companies, organizations, and individuals, my employer became the target of a widely publicized, baseless conspiracy theory. While the fundamentals of crisis management that I learned at COM had not changed, essentially everything else had. New platforms for sharing and engaging with information had emerged and become mainstream. Other niche platforms flourished in the darkest corners of the web. News cycles had sped up from a matter of days to a matter of minutes. Anyone and everyone had access to a worldwide audience with just a few keystrokes. However, the basic expectation that communications should be grounded in facts, honesty, and integrity no longer seemed to exist. As a communications leader, I found myself faced with an unprecedented crisis scenario, a crisis that potentially threatened the reputation of our brand and the safety and security of our people. What do you do when disinformation about your company is intriguing to millions of people and rapidly gaining traction on social media? How do you communicate with people who have made up their minds and have no interest in learning more? Many who are amplifying the spread of disinformation, some because they truly believe it, others just because they think it's funny. How do you set the record straight without further fueling the story? And most importantly, how do you protect your people, your partners, and your brand? Well, fortunately, the fundamentals I learned at comms still held true. We provided the facts to the most credible news outlets and provided background information to trusted journalists. We communicated promptly and directly with our stakeholders. We responded quickly and transparently. And we very intentionally did not engage with the continuous outlandish claims that were spun up and shared across social media platforms. We were also able to rely on the goodwill, integrity, and trust we had built with our customers and communities over the years. Ultimately, creating thousands of jobs, creating homes for those in need, assisting in natural disasters, and serving our customers with honesty and integrity day in and day out defined our company and our character more than the baseless claims of the conspiracy theory. And thankfully, with time, the story lost momentum as people moved on to the next trending topic on Twitter. Not too long after that situation, I sat down with a young professional who had recently joined our company. She was interested in communications and wanted to learn more about my role. One of the first things she said to me was, "I would imagine your job is very hard because you're often put into a position where you have to say things you don't believe." Perhaps naively, I was surprised to hear that that was her perception as my job as a communicator. I explained to her that I've never been asked or expected to say anything untruthful in my job. It had never occurred to me before that perhaps I was fortunate to have never been put in that position over the course of my career. My experience with the conspiracy theory and having seen firsthand how false information could so quickly escalate to threats of violence made me worried about the future. And a young person's perception that communications is all about spin and less about facts made me realize the integrity of our profession is also at stake. As you all well know, communication is not about perpetuating falsehoods or conveniently ignoring facts for your own purposes. We all must take responsibility for how we interact with information. What we say and what we don't say, what we share and what we choose to ignore. Spreading misinformation and falsehoods for whatever purpose threatens our way of life, our democracy, and our future. This weekend, you all graduate from COM well-equipped with the critical thinking and problem-solving skills that will be needed as we tackle disinformation and misinformation in the years ahead. As internet pros and future communications leaders, you are all uniquely prepared to play a role in upholding honesty and integrity in our field. Whether you plan to pursue a career in film and entertainment, emerging media, advertising, journalism, public relations, or something entirely different, you will all play a part in shaping the communications landscape of tomorrow. You are embarking on communications careers at perhaps the most important and pivotal time in our history. Never has truth in communication and the integrity of our profession been more critical or more at risk. At the same time, as communicators, never have we been in a stronger position to have a positive impact on society. As communicators, you have a great responsibility and also a tremendous opportunity to reinforce the values of honesty and integrity, not just for the future of our professions, but for the future of the world around us. And finally, because no graduation speech is complete without a quote, I will end on these final wise words from author Roy T. Bennett. Listen with curiosity, speak with honesty, act with integrity. Go get them, Terriers. We're counting on you.
Jane, thanks so much for those really inspiring words and calls to action. So each year at the COM Convocation, we normally announce several awards for faculty and staff, and although the awards were already given in 2020, I want to again recognize and celebrate the winners here. As a class of 2020 knows, COM faculty includes amazing educators from all areas of the communication industry, both in research and in professional practice. Every day, they encourage and inspire our students to go out with the next big idea, whether it's in a communication campaign, a film, or a breaking news story. We are so fortunate and grateful that the family of COM grad Meredith Becker has generously provided a gift that enables us to bestow the highest honor for teaching at the College of Communication. The 2020 Becker Award went to Bill Broaddus. As film and television chair Paul Schneider put it at the time, quote, "His evaluations are always outstanding and students are exceptionally enthusiastic about his courses." So congratulations again to Bill Broaddus. In addition to great teaching, COM professors are committed mentors. We recognize that mentorship with the Lyndon Baines Johnson Faculty Advisor of the Year Award. Providing mentoring is an important role for the professors at COM, and the 2020 award, as has been done every year, went to somebody that the class of 2020, had selected with online votes. You nominated faculty that you look back on over the years as an individual who shaped your way of thinking, who challenged you to think outside the box, who was there to turn to if your idea needed a little more work. The 2020 Lyndon Baines Johnson Faculty Advisor of the Year Award went to Garland Waller in the Film and Television Department. Congratulations again to Professor Waller. Now I'll mention the last awards that we'll mention today. In 2020, I also created a new award, which I named the Dean's Awards for Alumni Engagement and Innovation. They're funded by my own financial gifts to the college to recognize excellence in the past year by faculty and staff. People may self-nominate or colleagues can suggest them. And the winners of the two $4,500 prizes are selected by the distinguished alumni of COM's Dean's Advisory Board. And in 2020, we also had a special focus on inclusion. We didn't realize how timely that would be at the time. The first award was shared by a group of COM staff members, and would like to name them and recognize them here. Jacob Boucher, Joseph Campos, Brad Fernandez, Jake Casson, Steve Thier, and Jen Underhill. Their work in helping COM colleagues adapt and transition rapidly in the face of the early days of COVID-19 pandemic helped support the entire college community. The second award was also shared. Amy Chandler and Justin Joseph, both associate professors of the practice in public relations. You go ahead. They were recognized for overseeing 122 COM students who delivered more than $200,000 worth of in-kind services to help 5 nonprofit clients as part of PR Lab's Pro Bono in 2019. Congratulations again to Professor Chandler and Joseph. Thank you. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, your chance to enjoy the spotlight on stage as we celebrate together your hard work. As you've already received your degrees, this year's ceremony is going to be just a little bit different. We'll be presenting you with a commemorative folder to put those degrees in, along with our huge congratulations from us to you for your academic achievements. We'll now prepare to recognize our degree recipients. It's important that students and guests please remain in the ballroom for the entire ceremony. Graduates, you will walk up the side aisles to receive a folder and then walk down the middle aisle to return to your seats. Please provide the readers who'll be reading your names with a card with your name written on it so we can call the degree recipients. And when you're on stage, I apologize for this, but two things will have to be true because of the pandemic. First, these pictures are going to look a little different than usual because we need everybody to please keep their masks on for this. Although we're going to have a chance for photos on the lawn at COM just after the ceremony. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. And second, for everyone's safety, we're not able to shake hands. Again, sorry about that, but I'd love to invite everybody to please come and join up, and can't wait to celebrate you.
Good morning, everyone. We will now present the master's degree graduates for the class of 2020. Sarah E. Amel.
Christina Elena Marquez.
John Varkados.
Ivana Strayan.
Mina Nabil Maluka Atia.
Brittany Ariel Brown.
Matthew Betancourt.
Yelchi-O Bao.
Xian Jiang.
Chi Yu Zhang.
Fangming Ruan.
Yanjun Huang.
Shu Yun Wang.
Chu Di Wang.
Cassandra Nicole Smith.
Fernando Andres Baez Mendoza.
Alexandra Kaylin Clark.
Ariel Flugum. Daisy Jimenez.
Congratulations to the master's degree graduates for the class of 2020. We now present the bachelor's degree graduates for the class of 2020. Guy William Palmer Jackson.
Louis Umia Reem.
Nicholas John McCool.
Yifan Wong.
Josie Jean Badillo Matella.
Lena Chihiber.
Macy Swain Sullivan.
Zoe Yuching Han.
Bruce Neri.
Stephen Lee.
Maya Graciela Agire Ernest.
Sai Ji Peter Wakabayashi.
Christine Karagati.
Paolo Marco Moreno.
Michael Barrett.
Carolina Raquel Aurel Toledo.
Michaela Danielle Allegre T.
Michelle Unji So.
Janelle Emmanuel.
Peyton Lancaster.
Jonathan Michael Aruda.
Maggie Fuller.
Sarah Elizabeth Cranella.
Matt Leonardo.
Julia Zadia Hess.
David Gregory Fox.
Hannah Rose Freeman.
Dane Aflu.
Layla I. Wickwire.
Anthony Rothschild Mallory.
Anna Lee Spear.
Nicole Gina Marino.
Alexandra Walton.
John Clark Moriarty.
Jared Joseph Nugent.
Lauren Gruber.
Lane K. Afrukte.
Claire Nicole Dory.
Aaron Sandy.
Danielle De La Fuente.
Kylie Sachiko Umehira.
Emerson Leone Kazani.
Margaret Catherine McEwen.
Monica Susik.
Rebecca Sue-Ann Elliott Buholtz.
Caroline Elizabeth Berry.
Gina Helen Marcisak.
Nicole Kara Haftel.
Christina Nicole Marcisak.
Thomas William Nitty.
Sabrina Patricia Wu.
Alexander Kondo Chapman.
Gregory Henry Levinsky.
Ariel Kimborowski.
Jacob Kisner Gervis.
Hannah Rachel Harn.
Simone Dennison Budman.
Efrain Francisco Hernandez Sanchez.
Yuang Wang.
Sue Yilmaz.
Antonia Frank.
Lena Camille Otalora.
Nicole Delero.
Susie S. O'Michael.
Fernanda Tiborcio.
Emmanuel Davis Reed.
Clara Jane Michelle Foxa.
Maya Demetz Taylor.
Yuna Yu.
Maniroth Nan.
Yaoshin Su.
Molly Elizabeth Doyle.
Yu Tong Wong.
Olivia Paul Teckerleck.
Ziyang Li.
Amanda Morgan Siegel.
Ziyi Wong.
Madeline Browdy Cohen.
Divya Advani.
Nicole Casamano.
Michelle Batsheva Goldsman.
Karina Sky Stotts.
Alana Levine.
Sarah Elizabeth McTamney.
Ashley Elias.
Nina Nader Pucci.
Joy Tasheri Kozu.
Paloma Notari Abedbol.
Yang Yu.
Sophia Suzanne Brown.
Shu Fan Mao.
Sophia Carla Nastri.
Hadley Jane Hopkins.
Shade Nader Leslie.
Sachi Sidhu Dule.
Yuni Jang.
Megan Close.
Sungho Han.
Zeyi Bao.
Yen Yoon Jen.
Yi Wen Wang.
Yu Wu.
Bo Yuan Zhang.
Mara Ina Joseph.
Courtney Lin Wong.
Emily May Khan.
Hannah Lee Twaddell.
Bruna D'Amore Gianpietro.
Amelia M. Rosenthal.
Haley L. Rosenberg.
Yuna Han.
Sofia Martinez Navoa.
Shanae Elise Bernard.
Jimena Maria Isidro Campos.
Madeline Lee Cohen.
Kyle Kelly.
Julia Maria White.
Gabriel Badner.
Sophia Bondi Wiener.
Harrison Christopher Adams.
Felipe Vidal Chamon.
Magdiela A. Mata.
Naomi Leanna Lambert.
Noor Adatia.
Imani Denise Roberson.
Shannon M. Larson.
Veronica Pasculin.
Caitlin Marie McCombs.
Aliyah Asen Al-Chalabi.
Rebecca Goldman.
Wallace Catherine Perry.
Jessica Morgan Mandel.
Colby DeWolf Lucas.
Taryn Page Breton.
Matthew Lewis Scrizzy.
Judith Magdalene Soul.
Sabrina Victoria Schnur.
Gabriella Hutchings.
Hannah Schoenbaum.
Carissa Diane Wong.
Shayna Scott.
Kylie Bernadette Hegarty.
Dara Thomas.
Maria Golubieski.
Gabriela Nicole Morales.
Ava Joan Gruzen.
Mallory Sydney Marilet.
Julie Helen Erickson.
Kylie Elizabeth Shields.
Julia Allison Sohn.
Zachary McFeeters.
Madeline Mary Hughes.
Eduardo Velez.
Emily Maria Rowe.
Justine Andrea Erden.
Abigail Lynn Braun.
Chinue Zheng.
Crystal Rain Boyajian.
Jennifer Suryajaya.
Brianne Kristen Kovac.
Emil Batu Atahan.
Kaya Noel Williams.
Mary Kathleen Robbins.
Rachel Silberman.
Cameron McGuire Wiley.
Laura Jashiva.
James Peter Miller.
Alexandra Jamie Glixman.
Samantha Rose Curley.
Hannah Alexis Petoza.
Hua-Yun Kang.
Nicole Acero.
Julia Kathleen Novello.
Kelsey Rihanna Lowry.
Maisie Mansfield Greenwald.
Mina Sue.
Carissa Lauren Perry.
Eleonora Matina.
Morgan Day Lee.
Catherine Mehong Sun.
Henry D. Zung.
Nicole Louise Saras.
Kawan Kim.
Maria Amelia Hurtado.
Rachel Ann Sharples.
Kainoa Montserrat Helberg.
Kristen Taylor Mize.
Catherine Sophia Will.
Jacqueline Shelby Goodwin.
Andres Picon.
Lauren Steichleather.
Echi Yavuz.
Jalisa Ann Poindexter.
Xinyu Shen.
Rebecca Bridget Campbell.
Antonia Frances DeBianchi.
Stephanie Milano.
Ryan Scott Stoltz.
Jieyuan Zhou.
Caroline Elizabeth Clark.
Shengxia Zhang.
Kayla Nicole Chapman.
Lo Liu.
Caroline Margaret Bullock.
Jiakai Fu.
Sophie Ann Odrich.
Yi Ting Ding.
Matthew Alec Davis.
Ruining Yang.
Luke Cantu Bonzani.
Matthew Gregory Stolsdorf.
Jake Squire.
Camille Mojica.
Marit Ackerman.
Zoe Sydney Salvucci.
Asia Rose Gordon.
Blake William Smith.
Hannah Lily Stamer.
Caroline Sabine Indebrecht.
Elizabeth Chloe Ritz.
Cassandra J. Rodriguez.
Gabrielle Alexander Pitchinson.
Anna Anderson Doherty.
John J. De Los Santos.
Jacqueline Estabrook Loring.
Yu Kevin Chow.
Emma Rebecca Berman.
Abigail Hannah Kolnick.
Madeline Beyer Mermelstein.
Christina Maria Constantine.
Emily Catherine Wisner.
Kayla Usian.
Mary Catherine Rose Moore.
Darpan Mangwani Tekwani.
Gabrielle Ann Rowland.
Tyler James Reinhardt.
Camila Boehner.
Nima Fulali. Nicholas Joseph Simon Lacage. Sarah Lauren Finkel. Jacqueline Ann Uranosen. Kirthuna Iyer. Edwin J. Hernandez.
Congratulations to the graduates of the class of 2020.
Just a quick thanks to all the lovely deans and chair, associate chair on the stage, and a thank you to our wonderful readers, Professor Justin Joseph and Gregory P. Stringer. Oh, that was lovely. So before we close the ceremony, we'd like to share a few final instructions. We'll ask that all guests please remain seated while the platform party exits, followed by our faculty and students. Again, please continue to wear your mask as you depart. Thanks so much for doing that. We invite you all to join us back at the College of Communication at 640 Commonwealth Avenue on the lawn for a light reception and to get a chance to take some more photos outside and chat without masks. Class of 2020. Your life and career experiences will continue to build on the learning foundations that you created here at Boston University. And I know this, the world really needs you. Society has many challenges, that much is clear. I believe these challenges can only be really addressed as long as we communicators continue to build the bridges of understanding through society. Our ability to tell stories and share insights builds those bridges of understanding across groups, across industries, across towns and cities, and ultimately across the world. I hope you all will continue to take up the charge from this day forward to help lead those important conversations throughout your work in whatever form that it takes. Thank you again to Bill Fine and Jane Carpenter for their remarks and wise words. And on behalf of the deans, faculty, and staff at the College of Communication, congratulations to you, class of 2020.